Hello and welcome to the Vicar's Wife's Frugal Life Mind Over Money Matters course. Goodness me, that is a mouthful. It is day 6 today and we are talking about sinking funds. It's a quick video from me today because I've actually already done a video all about sinking funds, but I will give you a whistle-stop tour now just to let you know exactly what one is and how it can help you on your debt-free journey to financial freedom. What is a sinking fund? Well, it's a great question. There are many mathematical formulae that could be used which would take into account the rate of depreciation and the rate of inflation on any such asset. A sinking fund is just a small pot that you put money in to replace an item in your life or to save up for an event in your life. For example, let's say that I am going to create a sinking fund for Christmas. I know Christmas comes once a year, every year, on the 25th of December, although arguably baby Jesus was born in the middle of the summer, but we're not going to worry about that too much here. Semantics. I digress. Let's think about that sinking fund for Christmas. So let's say, I'm going to be quite stingy this Christmas. I'm just going to save £120 because that's easy to divide by 12. I want to save £120 to pay for all my Christmas presents and for all the food I'm going to consume at Christmas and all those extra bottles of wine. It's not going to be much wine on 120 quid. But I take the £120, I divide it by 12 and I get £10. So every month when I do my budget, I put my £10 in a jar. And at the end of the year, when Christmas comes around, I have £120 in that jar because every month I've put £10 in it. Very simple, right? I don't actually use jars for my sinking funds. Some people actually use envelopes, physical envelopes that they keep in their home. I prefer not to keep cash in the house, or very much cash in the house, which might mean I'm a bit stuffed in the event of a zombie apocalypse, but I'll just have to start hoarding tinned food or something. I've been watching that programme Doomsday Preppers on Netflix, which is total nonsense, but I love it. I love watching stuff like that. It's amazing. Just love looking at how people with a totally different mindset and outlook on life live compared to me. Anyway, back to your sinking funds. I don't actually keep mine in jars, I keep mine in a bank account. I keep mine in a bank account that separates all the money out into different pots. So even though it's just one savings account, it makes me feel as if I've got about 20 different sinking funds. I'm really sorry I'm a bit bunged up today, so you'll just have to bear with me. I've got to go on a run as well, I'm not looking forward to it. I know Monzo, they have a bank account now that allows you to separate out your money, and also Starling Bank. The bank that I'm currently with, I'm about to change because their programme for their savings pots is really rubbish and it keeps transferring money out and in, and then it makes me think I've got more money than I've actually got, or then less money than I've actually got. It's really confusing. So I'm not going to tell you which bank that is because I don't frankly recommend them anymore. They're rubbish. How do you figure out what you need a sinking fund for? Well, very simply, have a look at your budget that you've been working on. Look at your yearly expenses. They are probably all things that need sinking fund. So things like car insurance, often if you pay for insurance all in one, you get a discount. If you have an Amazon Prime membership, okay, you might just think, it's just £80, but that's the sort of thing that really stings you and makes you go over budget. So once you start figuring out what these subscriptions are, then you create these savings pots for them, whether it's an envelope, a jar, or a bank account, and you put the money in there and label it. So that money does not get touched. You do not touch it, you don't go near it, and then you've just got the money ready to go when that thing swings around, that yearly payment. The other thing I really recommend that you do to figure out what you need to create sinking funds for... Oh, hello, dog. Oh, hello, dog. He's so cute. I don't know if you can see him, but he's so cuddly. The other thing you need to make sinking funds for are things that could potentially go wrong. So maybe it's the insurance excess for your dog. Yes, easy. Stop eating raisins. Maybe it's insurance excess for your dog. Maybe it is money to replace a washing machine, white goods, computers, cars, anything. It could be something really simple like a mobile phone. Instead of insuring your mobile phone, you could create a sinking fund where you put money in every month, maybe the same amount of money as you would do to insure it. And then if you lose or break your phone, you've just got that money sitting there. But if you don't lose it, you've still got that money sitting there. Obviously, I do not recommend self-insuring with a sinking fund if you don't already have an emergency fund in place. I personally really don't like to insure my electronic goods. I like to create sinking funds for each one of them because I personally, this is very personal, see the insurance as a bit of a waste of money if you're someone who doesn't really lose things or break things very often. Yes, I'm quite aware that I have a toddler and that he is probably coming day by day closer to putting my phone down the toilet, and then I will eat my words. But so far, in my experience, I've actually saved loads of money by self-insuring with a sinking fund. So that's my top tip to you. Go around every room in your home, every room in your office or wherever you live, or the cabin in the woods where you reside, and have a look at the things that you would need to replace and how much it would cost to replace them. Obviously, you can't really insure your 10-year-old washing machine. At some point that washing machine is just going to break and you're going to have to replace it. And how awesome would it be if you just had the money sitting there? Yes, if you're just beginning to get out of debt and you're building up your emergency fund, that's what your emergency fund is for as well. But at the end of the day, if your washing machine is, say, let's go more extreme, 20 years old, that washing machine breaking isn't really a surprise. It's an old washing machine. The chances are something's going to break and need either repairing or replacing on it. The sooner you can put in a sinking fund to replace items like that, the better. I go into so much more detail on my original sinking fund video, which I will put down, and I'm quite pleased with it. So I hope that will help you and serve as your complete day 6 idea with your sinking funds. If you've got any questions, first port of call is to watch the video that I will link down below, the previous time I did a video on sinking funds, because I love a sinking fund, or as I like to call them, a floating fund, because you don't sink, you swim. So if you've got any more questions that I don't cover in this video or in that video, please leave me a comment, send me a private message, and I will try to get back to you. Well done if you've gotten this far, and if you're still following me, by the way, and my babbling nonsense. I really appreciate every single one of you that subscribes. I really can. Honestly, when it goes up by just one person, I imagine that maybe I'm helping them or imparting something I've learned on my long and arduous road to financial freedom. Not that I'm officially financially free, but I feel financially free. It's a state of mind apart from anything, isn't it? So it really does mean the world to me. It makes me feel like it's actually useful. If you think of anything else useful I can tell you, teach you, show you through the medium of interpretive dance, then please let me know. As always, if you are in crisis or need professional help, I'll put the links to those things below, and have a great rest of day 6. If you're still working through your budget and thinking about things you can sell and side hustles, keep going. It's a process. And once you've started on this journey, it's going to become part of your life. It's a bit like cleaning, you know, doing the Marie Kondo. Yes, you can totally uproot your house and get rid of all your stuff and start living minimalist, but you are going to have to maintain this month by month. This is not a quick fix, guys. This course is here to help you look at some of your habits, look at the things you're doing well, look at some of the things that you could perhaps improve on, and it's something that will be a slow burner. It's going to take you a while to put these things in place, and then you're going to have to keep implementing them forever, basically. As the years go on, it'll take less energy and less effort and less emotional effort, honestly. Now doing the budget once a month doesn't hurt very much at all. It's a quick hour-long conversation and then we move on with our lives. But I promise you it'll be worth it, and the relief you will feel will be life-changing. So many feelings. Thank you so much for tuning in again today, and have a wonderful evening. Bye!